Welcome back to the today's class on advanced switchgear. Today we are going to see about current chopping in circuit breakers. In figure 1, let the R current be negative and approaches 0 in a normal way. At same time, small value of R voltage across breaker is shown in the figure. If you see this figure, you can see the R current which is shown is approaching towards 0 and it is in negative value and it is approaching towards 0 position. Similarly, in the below graph you can see the arc voltage and the equivalent circuit. You can see here a generator which is feeding a transmission line, and this transmission line is having a lumped inductance of L and a lumped capacitance of C, and this transmission line is having a circuit breaker to control it. So if a fault occurs in the transmission line, the circuit breaker will trip the fault. So while tripping the fault, the equivalent circuit diagram of the total power system with the short circuit fault and clearing of that short circuit fault can be represented as shown in this figure B. At point A, due to high ionizing force, instability occurs and R current immediately collapses 0. So you can see the R current is initially at negative position and moving towards the 0 position. So due to high ionizing forces, that is the increase of ionizing strength of the dielectric medium, the ionizing forces gets increased, so the R current gets immediately collapses to 0 position. There occurs a first chop. You can see from negative to 0. Here you can see a steep transition, and this steep transition is known as the first chop. In the same figure, the R current was being supplied through inductance L. Since there is a sudden collapse of R current through inductance L, cannot follow this sudden collapse. You can see in the equivalent circuit, first the inductance L is providing the R current, and this arc is maintained in the circuit breaker. Since the arc get deionized or the arc get interrupted, so the inductor current cannot flow through the circuit breaker, and this inductance current suddenly becomes 0 because the path where the arc present in the circuit breaker is not there. Now the arc is vanished. So inductor current is immediately diverted through the breaker capacitive current. So since there is no path exist in the circuit breaker, because the arc is extinguished, the inductor current has to flow through the capacitor path. So this capacitor starts charging. This lumped capacitance will be present in a transmission line in the form of a porcelain bushing or a long transmission line having a capacitance, because the two lines are very long and they are parallel to each other. So this capacitance will be present in a long transmission line. Since there is no path for the inductor current to flow through the circuit breaker, because the arc is extinguished, since the arc current becomes zero in the first chop, this inductor current finds its path to flow through the capacitive path. So this makes the capacitive current. Let the chopping occurs at instant when R current is IA. So the R current which we seen over here is termed as IA. Rate of increase of voltage across the capacitor C is dVe divided by dt equal to IA by C. Here dVe divided by dt is the rate of change of voltage across the capacitor, and this rate of change of voltage across the capacitor will be equivalent to the R current IA divided by the value of capacitance present in the transmission line or in the model of the power system. Any current flowing previously through the capacitor is neglected. So when applying this formula, before this R current becomes zero, the capacitance current should be neglected. So in the previous case, we have seen the R current is negative and it suddenly collapses to zero. So when R current is negative, the inductor is giving current to the arc and as well as to the capacitor, because this arc current will be this inductor current will be divided into two branches, so the total summation will be equivalent to the inductor current. So the capacitance current in the previous cases should be neglected. This high rate of rising voltage across the capacitor acts across the breaker or supply. Now we know that the R current becomes zero, so there is no way to flow of R current through the circuit breaker. All the inductor current completely flows through the capacitive path. So this capacitor gets charged. So the high rate of rising voltage. So due to this inductor current, the capacitor starts to charge at a very high rate of rising voltage, and this rising voltage will apply across the circuit breaker contacts because this capacitor is parallel with the circuit breaker. So when you see in this figure, the capacitor voltage at this point is at its peak because the complete inductive current is flowing through the capacitor and the capacitor voltage is at its peak since the rate of rise of voltage in the capacitor is high. This causes main inductor current to decrease and voltage across capacitor becomes maximum. So since the capacitor is fully gets charged to its maximum value, then the inductor current flowing through this capacitor starts to get decreased because the capacitor has reached its maximum value of charging limit. So the inductor cannot force all its current through the capacitor. So at this point you can see the inductance current becomes to be lesser. So whole of magnetic energy is transferred into electric field. So this magnetic energy, which means the inductor current which is passing into the capacitance and getting its charged, is now converted into magnetic energy because this capacitance is connected in parallel with the circuit breaker. So the complete voltage which is present across this capacitor will be applied back to this circuit breaker contacts and to the inductor. So this causes a magnetic energy to be formed in the circuit breaker contacts, and this magnetic field energy is due to the presence of very high electric field energy present in this capacitance due to the charging effect of the inductance. This voltage in electric field is extremely high and can be represented as half CVC squared equal to half LIA square. Here C represents the capacitance in farad and VC represents the voltage across the capacitor, and here L represents the inductance of the total system, and IA represents the R current in the circuit breaker contacts. So we can come up with a simplification. The total voltage across the capacitor VC will be equal to R current IA into square root of L by C. Here L represents the total inductance of the system and C represents the total capacitance of the system. High rising voltage across breaker causes arc to restrike before it reaches a maximum value. Since the maximum value of the voltage which is present in the capacitor is applied to the circuit breaker contacts, now the circuit breaker contacts has a potential to ionize the medium present in between them. So this high voltage caused by the capacitor in the circuit breaker contacts creates the second chop. The restriking of arc draws energy from capacitor and voltage across capacitor gets collapsed. Since we know that the capacitor energy is transferred to circuit breaker because these two are connected in parallel, now the arc again restrikes in the circuit breaker contacts, and this arc draws the energy from the capacitor voltage, and this capacitor will initiate an arc in the circuit breaker contacts for the second time. The point to which the restriking voltage will rise depends upon the rate of rise of voltage. So the second restriking voltage depends upon the rate of rise of voltage in the capacitor C. If the rate is slower, it takes more time to reach the restriking point. So if the rate of charging the capacitance becomes lower, then the restriking of the arc also gets decreased and it also gets delayed. So the charging time of the capacitance through the current supplied by the inductance L depends on in the second chopping of the circuit breaker arc. So deionization effect will be more at higher voltage, which will be required for restriking. So the deionization present in the circuit breaker contacts will be very high, and this higher deionizing effect in the circuit breaker contacts make this circuit breaker to initiate another arc, and this arc will be caused due to the capacitance voltage the deionizing force, which is still in action, acts as previous case and second chop of current take place. On seeing this figure, you can clearly watch in the second chop the voltage across the capacitor again reaches to zero and the current of the arc again increases. So this second chop is due to the voltage across the capacitor, which is very high, and so the circuit breaker contacts and the medium get ionized, so the arc is struck. When the arc is struck, the arc voltage, that is the capacitor voltage, gets reduced to zero, and at this point the arc current is very high. So this is the second chop time or the second chop period. Arc current is now smaller than previous value of arc current collapses and restriking voltage is again built up. So you can see the first arc current is very high and the second chop arc current is comparatively low. So this is due to inductor and capacitance or gets oscillating, so it is gets damped. So the restriking voltage, which is building up in the capacitor, gets oscillated and creates a arc current which is damping in nature and it is pulsating towards zero. The complete process of current chopping will be as described. So on closely examining this figure, you can see at the initial position the arc current is negative and it is very high. At the same time, the voltage across the capacitor is very low since there is no charging occurs in the capacitor. After some time, the arc current starts to decrease and it suddenly goes to a zero position. At this zero position, the arc present in the circuit breaker will be vanished or it will be interrupted. Since the arc present in the circuit breaker is interrupted, now the inductor current, which is previously supplying the arc current, charges the capacitor. So the capacitor gets charged to a very higher value. So this charging of the capacitor can be seen in this graph. You can see the first restriking voltage, which is caused by the inductor, which is charging the capacitor to its maximum restriking voltage. After this point, the total voltage which is across the capacitor will be applied across the circuit breaker contact because the circuit breaker and the capacitor both are in parallel. So this parallel combination makes the arc to again restrike in the circuit breaker contacts. When the arc starts to restrike, you can see the arc current in the second waveform again starts to rise in the negative direction. Since it starts, arc current is rising in the negative direction, the capacitor voltage becomes reduced to zero. So at this time, the second chop occurs. After the second chop, the third chop will continues because again the inductor will feed the current to the capacitor and it again makes the capacitor voltage to rise to the next highest restriking value. So this voltage again decreases to zero through the arc by forming another arc in the circuit breaker contacts. So this arc will form the next arc current. So this series of arc currents a charging and discharging cycle of capacitance through the inductance current causes chopping effect as shown in the figure. A sequence of chop will occur and R current will continuously decrease until final chop. So, till the end, the R current will slowly gets decreased, and at the final chop, the inductor current as well as the R current will be equal to 0, and there will be no more chops or no more current to maintain the current chopping. This brings R current to premature zero, and there will not be further restriking as gap is deionized completely. So the R current is zero. Afterwards, the inductor current and the voltage across the capacitor will also get zero. So after this 0 point, further the restriking of the gap is not possible because the complete medium gets deionized. Following factors affects the chopping phenomena. Maximum current which can be chopped depends upon parallel capacitor, and it can be increased by increasing the value of capacitance. So the chopping phenomena depends upon the capacitance present across the circuit breaker contacts. So this capacitance decides the chopping time and the chopping frequency of the circuit breaker. If capacitance and inductance in the equivalent circuit are smaller, then the rate of rise of voltage becomes faster and frequency of restriking voltage increase. If a smaller value of capacitance and inductance are present in the circuit, then the rate of rise of voltage is very fast, so the frequency of restriking voltage is very high. The rise of restriking voltage can be damped by the effects of eddy current and hysteresis loss. So these two losses can damp the restriking voltage. To completely damp or to eliminate the chopping effect, resistance switching is used to overcome the effect of over voltages due to current chopping. So resistance switching helps us to avoid current chopping and limit the chopping level, which is very useful in making a stable power system. The value of resistance used for resistance switching may be of the order of 1000 ohms. So for resistance switching, the resistance to be connected across the capacitance or across the circuit breaker contacts will be of the order of 1000 ohms. Current chopping is not common in oil circuit breakers because most of oil circuit breaker control is proportional to fault current to be interrupted. So this current chopping phenomena occurs in vacuum or air circuit breakers. These phenomena of current chopping is not present in oil circuit breakers because the dielectric medium of the oil does not allow current chopping. So the extinguishing power in such breakers is proportional to the current to be interrupted. So the power of the circuit breaker depends on the current to be interrupted. So the resistance switching is employed to minimize the current chopping effect. The current chopping effect is a dangerous situation which will make the circuit breaker to get aged earlier than its lifetime. So the resistance switching is employed in establishing a stable power system and to avoid current chopping effect. Thank you.